Hey guys, thanks for joining me this week on For All Things Lexington. It's the only show dedicated to Lexington, South Carolina. Here, you'll hear me talk to people, groups, bands, and organizations about where to go, what to do, and who's who in and all around our beautiful Lake Murray. I'm your host, Angela Barrett, and this is For All Things Lexington.
The For All Things Lexington podcast has been brought to you in part by...
I enjoy listening to the Talking South Carolina podcast in my car, at work, or all cozy and warm at home on a cool South Carolina day. You should too. Check out the podcast and Angela Barrett at talkingsouthcarolina.com.
Hey guys, thanks for being with me today on this very rainy Thursday.
Hey Angela, how you doing?
Good. So we're checking in. That's what y'all are the first check-ins for All Things Lexington. We're going back and kind of talking with the people that we've talked with before and seeing where you've been since the last time. And it's been over a year, well over a year since the last time we talked to you guys. And I guess things are still rocking and rolling and doing well.
Things are great. We, in the past year, have helped over 2,000 children in need with our Care Kit program. And our building is booming with volunteers and donations, and we're having a great time here. I have Hunter with me. She is one of our volunteers from the University of South Carolina. And we are just really busy working with the local community, promoting awareness, and also working with our local Department of Social Services and nonprofits helping children in need. So,
yeah. And so real quick, for people who don't know what Midlands Orphan Relief is, tell them.
Sure. Midlands Orphan Relief started over 20 years ago in the Low Country. We've been in the Midlands for 3 years, and we service children that are at risk or suffering from abuse, abandonment, or neglect. The majority of our children are in the foster care system, but we will help any child. And our main program is we put together care kits because at the time that they're pulled from their homes, usually they don't have anything to bring with them, or it could be a difficult situation. They can't take anything. So we put together about 2 weeks worth of clothing, some books, some stuffed animals, toiletries. That is our main program, and that's who we work with. We also have emergency closets or just-in-case closets in over 27 Title I schools in the Midlands area. And last time we spoke, we had 5, and now we have 7 in Lexington County. So we're growing those slowly but surely. And that is a closet that any child can use. Sometimes they may rip something when they're on the playground, although we go up to high school, or they just may have a situation where their clothes aren't clean. This allows the school to just go into the closet and pull the clothing as opposed to having to call the parent, to have the parent come from work, etc., and kind of interrupt them. So those are our 2 main programs that we have, and that is what Midlands Orphan Relief is all about.
Yeah. I know that for anybody who follows For All Things Lexington or my real estate page, Home Matters, I talk about Midlands Orphan Relief often. So those people know about it. One of my favorites. I think it's a great program. Hunter, how long have you been with volunteering for?
I have been volunteering since around the start of September.
Yeah. Well, thanks for all your help. I have actually seen the back room where all of the donations come in, and it can be overwhelming. But volunteers are greatly needed, and thank you very much. So there are 2 programs at Midlands. One is the care kits, and that's what you just talked about, and the other is that just-in-case closet. Now, in the just-in-case closet, that's mainly clothing items?
It's clothing items. So each school will get like 3 pairs of pants, 3 shirts in all the sizes appropriate for that school. So say it's an elementary school, they will get from 5T to probably size 16. They'll get boys and girls. And then we give them underwear and new socks. So it's mostly clothing. Sometimes if they request toiletries, sometimes we'll give them some toiletries, but that's really what our focus is on for that area.
Yeah. So the only Hunter, this is for you. So for the only podcast that I've actually ever teared up, now, I didn't cry, but I did tear up, was when I was with Kate and David the last time, and they told the story about the two teenage twins that were not going to school. They were going on separate days, and that was because they had one pair of shoes. And then I guess the teachers or principal, somebody realized it, and they got another pair out of the closet. And I mean, we just had to stop. I couldn't even compose myself. I'm like, all right, cut. So I was going to say, I think that's where my heart started bleeding when, and why I talk about Midlands Orphan Relief so much. But it is a great program, and it's stories like that that help people better understand through examples of exactly how important it is. Now, you have a Wednesday wish list. I know that's on your Facebook page every Wednesday. Tell us about what's on your Wednesday wish list in general, and then maybe go through some of the items that, like this week, we need the most.
Well, our Wednesday wish list, what that is, and I'm going to give Hunter my phone, and she's going to look for the latest list. You know how to find it easy.
Yeah, I could have probably pulled that up.
Yeah, it's okay. She'll pull it up for me. So our Wednesday wish list, we post every Wednesday on Facebook and Instagram, and it highlights the items that are needed, the top 4 to 5 items that are needed at that particular time. So it changes every week, and this week's Wednesday wish list has, let's see, boys pants size 210 to T, girls long sleeve socks, tops and pants 2T and 5T, girls underwear new size 6 to 8, and women's small through extra large, boys sneakers size 13 to 2, and girls sneakers size 13 to 1. So that is our Wednesday wish list. I think it would be backwards if I showed it to you, but that's what it looks like.
Right.
You can find that on our Facebook page or on Instagram.
Right. And for those listening, if you ever go over, I mean, you show most people who bring donations, you can kind of give them an understanding or show them. When we say shelves are bare sometimes, because I know when I was there, and it's been some time, I think diapers there were none.
Yeah, shelves are bare. Yeah,
right.
Shelves are bare right now. And we have a real struggle, especially with the young boys and young girls, because that is unfortunately where a lot of our children are going through the process. They're young parents. They don't have parenting skills, or there's a situation of neglect. And really, that's where a lot of our need comes through. So,
right. And I tell everybody, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like your toiletry items, when you go to the dentist and you get the little, toothbrush and the little toothpaste, I mean, that's like perfect items for y'all, right?
anything, dentist items, if you're traveling to hotels, those little toiletries, take them and donate them to us. Hunter will, our volunteers, one of the things they do is go through and sort through and put together bags of different toiletries. What does a normal toiletry bag include for you?
Usually toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, soap, lotion. A big one that gets checked off is the hair products, like ethnic hair products that they need. And I think that's pretty much it.
That's about it. Yep.
Yeah. And then talk to me a little bit about, well, you and Hunter, talk to me about the volunteer program in general.
Okay, well, I'll talk about how volunteer works, and then maybe Hunter can talk about why she chose us to volunteer. So we have group volunteers and individual volunteers. We have volunteer slots Monday through Friday from 10 to 12 and 1 to 3. We have one Saturday a month for groups, and we do have a slot for individuals from around 12 to 2 because we do know people want to volunteer, but they can't come because they're working. You can coordinate through our volunteer coordinator, Kate, who you met last time, and you just send an email to infomore@lorkids.org, and you can find that on our website or our Facebook page, or you just call us at 803-440-8400, and you just say you want to volunteer, and Kate gets you set up. If you're an individual, you can come once a week, you can come once a month, you can come every day, whatever you want. And for groups, she'll schedule you based upon just the availability. And we love when groups come in because we do have sometimes, just a ton of work that has to be done, whether it be sorting donations or filling care kits or doing yard work, or moving the winter clothes, the summer clothes, etc. So we're always looking to partner with businesses in the community, churches, youth groups, anybody who wants to spend some time with us helping put together these care kits for the children. I don't know if you want to, how did you find out about us?
So I found out about y'all from you actually came to speak to our class, and it just sounded like something that I would love to do. You mentioned, it's kind of like shopping for the kids in the warehouse, and you get to, pick out everything for the kids, and it honestly sounded great to me. And I came and I immediately loved it here, and um I love it because this is very dear to my heart. Like the story you mentioned earlier, it breaks my heart that kids don't have what they need simply because they were born into that situation. So I love that every time I'm here, whether I'm sorting through the clothes or making a care kit, like I just am feeling so much like I'm doing something great for one of these kids in need because I love how this organization is so thoughtful. Like we go through all the clothes and make sure they have no slogans that would be bad for the kids. We make sure to pack things that they would need, for cold or warm. Like it's just so thoughtful and intentional to give these kids like the best that they deserve. And that's what I love about it.
Yeah, I agree. Um, so if people have things they would like gently used items or new that didn't fit and were guilty of not getting it back in the mail in time before your time runs out, done that.
In there.
Is there a drop-off time that they can drop these things off?
Yeah, so we accept gently used and new clothing from newborn to age 18, age appropriate, but all sizes. So we go up to size 3X, but remember, we only service children that are up to high school. So, but we want to make it easy for you. So if you donate clothes to us, our volunteers go through and sort it because we want the best for the children. We want when they get their care kits to be comfortable and enjoy their clothing and like it. That's why we love getting new clothing. We're actually running our stocking program now, which will give us for the holidays, which will give us new clothing for our care kits. And you can drop your donations off Monday through Friday, really simple, 9 to 4, and you just ring the doorbell and volunteers just come take it from your car, and we do the rest of the heavy lifting. So it's basically.
So you mentioned the stocking program. Let's talk about that.
Sure. Well, this is what our stockings look like. So this is our second year running it, and you can either take an actual stocking by coming and picking it up here, or we can do a virtual stocking and we can just email you the slip. And on this, it has, this is a boy, age 9, and it has size 10 outfits, size 3 shoes, size 10 new underwear, socks, toiletries, and a stuffed animal. You don't have to buy everything on this list. You can buy some, and you don't have to wrap it, and then you just drop it off anytime from now through the end of December. And then this will help for our care kits because we have care kits that are rolling in every day. And what it does is it helps put new clothing into the care kits. We love the donations from the community, but this allows us to fill care kits with new clothing probably through April or May, which is fantastic. So
Right. And to put this again in perspective so that people can really understand, children, I mean, in school, they have enough, hard enough time on a day-to-day basis with their peers. To come in there with clothes that are not in today's fashion is just another reason for someone, and I don't, it's terrible, but we were all kids and most of us, not Hunter, but have had kids. And I mean, they're bullies. And I don't mean in the sense of a bully, but I mean, they can be cruel.
Yes.
In school. And so it's important that these new clothes, like you said, get to these kids so that there's one less thing, at least on one day,
They have to worry
about it.
Yes,
That really is important.
and this builds their self-esteem and their confidence. They have so much going on. And the children in our program, albeit we don't know the children, we don't meet them, we work with the Department of Social Services or the guardian ad litems or the foster parents. These children are very humble. And we talk about stories. I had been probably here working as opposed to my volunteer. I started out.
I didn't bring a tissue today.
Yeah, need to bring a tissue. And one of our CASA, which is the court appointed supervisors associate in Richland County, he called me up and needed underwear, size male, medium, new. So I was like, boxer briefs. I was like, okay. So I went to the back and I picked him up and I gave him just, how much do you need? Just one pack. I said, is that it? He goes, yes. And I said, okay, well, what's going on? And he was told me his 17-year-old boy had one pair of underwear and he was washing it every night. And all he asked for was one package of underwear, which has what, five or six in it. That's all he asked for. He didn't ask for anything else. And
Wow.
it just blows my mind that here's this child who's in the foster care system or whatever his situation is. I don't really know. And all he asked for was clean underwear. And with all the garbage that's going on, to your point, with schools, for him to have to worry about clean underwear, to me, it just breaks my heart. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's things that most of us take for granted.
exactly.
And those are the kinds of things that we're talking about. But yeah, thank you for that story. And yes, I did tear up again, but I tried to compose. Um, so that is the stocking program going on now. How do people tell me again how people can get and be a part of the stocking program?
Well, there's a couple of ways. They can come directly to our building, which is at 1332 D Avenue, West Columbia, or you can email at stockingsmore@lorkids.org. You can call us for the email, but if you just go to our Facebook or Instagram, um, you can find the information there. If you go to a website, you can call us, and then what we'll do is we'll just email you. Basically, if you want 10 virtual stockings, we'll just email it to you, and there's a QR code on the bottom which explains everything and how it all works.
Yeah. And this, if you've got an office that hasn't done something for Christmas yet, I know a lot of offices will do that. Would be a great one to do.
Absolutely. It's really simple, and you don't have to wrap it, and you just drop it off. Really easy.
Yeah, fantastic. I missed it this past year, but tell me about the garden party because I'm not going to miss it this year. School year.
Our garden party, we held our first annual Southern Garden and Hat Party, and it was held at the Robert Mills House. We already have it scheduled for next year. It's April 12th, 2025, from I think 11 till 2. And you come wearing your biggest, baddest hat, like one with the hats. I mean, floral hats, beautiful dresses. We have a tent. We have a runway for a fashion show. We did a children's fashion show last year, which some of the children had actually used Midlands Orphan Relief when they were in the foster care system, but now they're adopted now. So we work with some of those families. We have contacts. So we did this great fashion show where they wore some of the clothing from here, and we partner with some local stores to work with us there. Next year, we're hoping to kind of expand a little more. We want to do a women's fashion show, so we want to do a little more each year, kind of make it fun and different. We had a mimosa bar. We have some music. I think this year we're going to have a little more live music. So each year we're going to add a little more. So we had 100 roughly last year. The tickets sold out by February. So this year we're going to have about 200 tickets, and we'll start selling those in January.
Fantastic. And the money, so you guys are making money based on the ticket sales and I guess any sort of sponsorships and table sales and
Correct.
I guess of that nature. It all goes back
Yeah.
to you guys.
All comes back to us. Ticket sales, and we haven't set. Last year the price was $40, so it's very reasonable, and you get your luncheon. You have the ability to be in a hat contest and win a beautiful basket. We also the mimosa bar is separate, but we also have the ability. You also have the ability, if you're a company, to sponsor us, where you can get on our website, you get on our social media, you get we talk about you at the event. So yeah, those are two great opportunities to give back to us, and it's a really fun event, and there's nothing like it in the Midlands area.
Yeah, I've already got the date down. Now you have a community outreach and development position. I think I'm reading this right.
Well, that's actually my position. So since then,
Oh, yes.
yeah. So since then, when you met with David and Kate last time,
Right.
they were kind of in flux with this position, and I actually started out as a volunteer here, and they were looking for somebody to spread awareness about Midlands Orphan Relief. So now what I do is I spend my time doing podcasts, going to events, speaking at Rotary clubs, churches, businesses, bringing people in for tours so that they can learn more about us, either our volunteer program or how they can sponsor us or grants or so on and so forth. So
Yeah.
that is something new for us. So
The voice of more.
exactly. There's still only 4 of us, and but we really want to get out what we're doing in the Midlands area, because our goal is to help more children. That's really what it comes right down to. So everything else will fall into place.
Yeah. 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 Well, congratulations on your position, and I've seen the social media posts about the different places. You're doing a great job.
Well, I'm not doing it alone. Trust me. We're a team here. We all wear different hats, and we have great volunteers. So, it's a really special place.
Yeah. So holiday appeal letter being sent out in November, or I guess already was sent out, maybe. What is that?
So, it's something new that we're doing this year. Most charitable organizations at the end of the year send out a holiday Christmas appeal letter, and this gives you the opportunity to donate $5 or whatever you feel the need to give back to the community. Because the bottom line is we do have to keep the lights on and keep our program going, and keep helping these children. And like I said, last year we helped over 1,800. The previous year we had helped over just 600. So we've more than doubled. And I can only imagine we will be doubling more as more schools and more communities learn about us. So that is something that we're doing. We're just reaching out to people that you may have met us in the past. I may have gotten your business card, or you may have come to our open house, and we're just sending you a letter to invite you to our location. We're actually having an open house on December 11th, but you can come anytime. For a tour, but just inviting you to our open house on December 11th and just learning more about us. And if you want to help us in some way, shape, or form, here's the opportunity, because it is the holiday season, and a lot of people like to give back at that time.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, now, Giving Tuesday is also coming up.
Yeah, it's a busy it's a busy time. I know. So Giving Tuesday is run across the United States. It's the first Tuesday in December, and it's after. I'm not exactly sure how it started, but here's my perception of it. I think you have Black Friday and then Small Business Monday, and then comes Giving Tuesday. So it's really an opportunity and a reminder after you've kind of gone through the crazy weekend and spent money for the holidays or for Christmas on yourselves. This is an opportunity to kind of take a step back and to give to a local organization. And we have so many wonderful organizations in the Midlands. So it's not about, you don't have to give to us, you can give to anybody. So if your heart is with feeding people who are hungry, you can give to Harvest Hope. If you want to help children in the foster care system, you can give to Midlands Orphan Relief. If you want to help, homelessness, you can give to Mission Lexington. I mean, there's so many different organizations
Sure.
and it that you can give to, and these are really, really great organizations. I've met a lot of them, and there's a huge need in the Midlands area for all these organizations, and it's just a reminder to kind of give back to others. And we don't have a sponsor at this time, but we would love for somebody to step up and become a matching sponsor for us. You can do a small amount up to 200, 500, or you can do something bigger. That's something I'm working on now for that particular day. And it gives the business an opportunity also to have access to our social media network.
And so for Giving Tuesday, I mean, it's a one-day affair. How do people, in my head, I think of the old days when you called in. You remember those?
Yeah, I remember the phones. Yeah, on the Monday. I know exactly what you're talking.
People are lined up and there's phones ringing and
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. You're now really showing my age.
me too.
It's really simple. You can mail us a check. Our information is on the website. We have a PO box. Or I can send it to you. Or you can just go to our website and donate. It's very easy. It's not really complicated. It's more about just raising awareness.
Right.
Go to our website, midlandsorphanrelief.org. You click donate and you just fill out the information, your credit card, and that's that. And if you want to write a check, our address is also located on our website. You can just mail it directly to us.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, guys, for being with me today. And you've got a lot going on between now and the end of the year. But for those that, again, remember that they have the open house on the 11th of December, and Giving Tuesday is on the 3rd. And right now, contact them about the stocking program, the stocking drive, as I call it. But yeah, it's great. And and the hat party in April. That'll be fun. Well, thanks again.
Well, thank you. This has been fantastic. And thanks to Hunter for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks, Hunter.
Yeah.
Thanks for having. I have some of your hair.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what I said to her when she walked in. I was
Jealous. Obsessed I am. Well, thanks again, guys.
Thank you. This has been fantastic. And thank you for all your support, Angela. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with me today, and I hope you enjoyed the show. If you'd like to be a guest on the show or know someone you'd like to see on the show, contact me at forallthingslexington.com. That's the number 4, allthingslexington.com.
And by Angela Barrett at homematterssc.com. Building on what matters to you.